Hi guys, Ms. King here again. Just a lesson on relative frequency. Very quickly, we're just going to define relative frequency of an event as an estimate of its probability. Okay, there may be no symmetry, as with a coin or a die, on which to base a theoretical probability. So in the last few lessons, we've been working out sample spaces and possible outcomes, and then determining our theoretical probability, but that might not always be possible. If it's not possible, the best way of finding an estimate of the probability for the event is to perform the experiment multiple times and see how many times the event occurs. Each experiment or observation is referred to as a trial. Okay, and the definition, so I'll just zoom in here and let you read it. The definition for the relative frequency is the frequency of an event over the total number of observations, and that can also be written as the frequency of an event over the total frequency. Okay, so again, observation and experiment all can be written as trials. Okay, so suppose the probability of an event is PE. If you do an n experiments, so n is the number, you expect the frequency of the event to be f of e is approximately equal to the probability of e times the n, the number of events. Dividing by n gives you the probability of the event, so if you need to work backwards, if you're given the frequency and you know the number of trials that were taking place, then you can work out the probability of the event. Okay, so really quickly we're going to run through an example. The Weather Bureau records show that it rains an average of 12.7 days in September in Mount Gambier. How many wet days would you expect in a school week in Mount Gambier in September? Okay, so what you need to do here, I'm saying 5 because I'm thinking of school week. So you need to remember that a school week has only 5 days. And you need to remember that in September there are 30 days. Okay, so that's the information that we're going to require to do our question. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is estimate the probability of rain in September. So the probability of rain, can't spell, of rain is going to be equal to the 12.7 all over the 30 days that are in September. And when you do that, you end up with, just bear with me 2 seconds, 0.423 recurring. Okay, now that probability of rain is going to help us estimate what we would expect to see in a school week. So the number of observations that we're going to look is for a school week, which is 5 days. So I'm going to do my school week as 5 days. And the way I'm going to find that is I'm going to do my 0.423 recurring times my 5, because there's 5 days in a school week. And when I do that, I get an answer of 2.12 rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, therefore we can say that the chances of that in Mount Gambier we can expect about 2 rainy days. In a school week in September. Okay, so that's just one way of using relative frequency. So it's to generate an estimate of the number of observations that you're going to look at, or trials that you're going to look at. Okay, you should be able to do the exercises on 2.08 now. If you want to give questions 1, 2 and 3 a go, and we'll finish the rest in class tomorrow. Thank you, see ya.